I'd like to welcome everybody back to our regularly scheduled Tales of Horror and Suspense. My name is Stoner Scribe, and to all of you on this most cherished and hallowed of holidays, I'd like to say, Happy Halloween. It would be a sin whose severity warrants no fewer than 100 years' labor at the Moonlight Inn as punishment for me not to make a video on this day. So I've returned to you from my little cove of darkness to tell you yet another story to give you shivers down your spine. I realize that it's been some time since we've seen each other. I've been focusing on a couple of other projects in my life at the moment and, just getting a couple of things out of the way. But unlike a dad that probably stays at the Moonlight Inn, I came back after getting my cigarettes. During that time, I made sure to bring back plenty of stories to tell from what can only be described as the most nightmarish and horrifying place on the entire planet. Because who needs to go to a haunted house when you work at the Moonlight Inn? Because Halloween only lasts about a month now, but terror is ubiquitous at the Moonlight Inn. One time, the ghost of Edgar Allan Poe walked into the lobby, took a good look around the place, looked at me and said, I'm sorry, sir. I think this place is just a little too scary for me. I would like to go ahead and, I think I'd like to take my business elsewhere and leave right now and come back here nevermore. Good day, sir. When you listen to the story that I have to tell you today, you can decide for yourselves. Is this story nothing more than the paranoid delusion of an extremely deranged and disturbed woman, or is this evidence of true, real-life, supernatural entities? I leave it for you to decide on this installment of the Moonlight Inn. It was nighttime at the Moonlight Inn. As usual, I was working the front desk that night. I don't remember it being particularly busy that evening, or at least it wasn't until this bitch showed up. She was this thin, wiry woman with white hair, and, she was all smiles. I can't tell you for a certainty just how many times she's hit that meth pipe, but, I gotta say, one day that meth pipe got really angry at her, and then hit right back at her. Bony and shit, walking in through the door. She's wearing these flip-flops. Toenails are all jagged and shit. Like she's been, stretching her leg up to her mouth and just chewing on them. And so she comes in and she's saying that she ordered a pizza from Domino's. And she's waiting for her order. She's asking if anybody came up here with a pizza. I said no. Oh, she steps outside. She says she's going to go give him a call. She's going to go and try and wait for him. I keep checking more people in. And just a little while later, I see a car with a Domino's sign on it, driving past and stopping where she was coming up to. She's getting her pizza. I'm checking in more people. She walks in. Oh, yeah, I just got my pizza. It's some thin crust spinach pizza. Would you like some? And I thought that was very sweet, and I want you to know that at this particular moment, I was pretty fucking hungry. I hadn't eaten all night. I think I forgot to get dinner, or I couldn't afford dinner, or some other shit. But point being, I was really hungry that night, and this woman comes up and offers me a slice of some delicious thin crust spinach pizza. And I made the mistake of yielding to my cravings and saying, yes, I'd be more than happy to take a pizza from you. She smiles. She takes a little slice up with her hands, moves it over to me, and holds it out to me. And I take it ever so kindly. And she even let me have a couple of cinnamon buns, too, that she had. She said that she didn't order them. She left me her cinnamon buns. Super, super sweet little meth head lady. So she leaves. She goes back to her room. I'm just checking in more people that night. Then I get a phone call. Hey, yes, sir. I think I need to switch to another room. It's that same woman. I'd like to know if I can switch another room. Why is that, ma'am? What's going on? Yes, sir. I had a dream. I was sleeping, and I had a dream that there were these men that came into my room, that broke into my room, and were trying to kidnap me. You had a dream that people broke into your room? Yes, and when I woke up, there were these dark shadows that were moving around in my room and some weird noises. And I had to run out. Ran out of your room? Yes, sir. You're calling me from your room phone. I hadn't read just yet from where I'm going to. I think some might be outside. Do you see any out there, ma'am?
They're right outside. I see them. You can check your cameras.
Ma'am, I'm sorry. I don't see anything in the cameras.
Well, they might have gone, but I need another room for my safety.
Come up to the front desk, ma'am.
Uh,
You heard that correctly. She dreamt that men had broken into her room and tried to kidnap her, only to wake up to see shadows and hear strange noises in her room. Is this, good people, a manifestation of demonic entities or of meth-induced hallucinations? So I'm working, I just continue doing my shift, and this woman shows back up here. She comes up and, you know, she looks so terrified and shaken. She comes up, she sets her hand, she walks right up to the counter and says,
yes, sir, I just had to run. I think that they're in my room, but I left my keys in my room.
you left your keys in your room, ma'am?
Yes, sir, I think I left my keys in my room. I just had to run out at that minute.
Well, ma'am, why would you leave your keys in your room if you thought that there were men inside? And to this day, the response that this woman gave me was only the most brutally honest thing that any guest of the Moonlight Inn has ever said.
Because I'm dumb. And I'm naive.
I asked her, did you see men inside your room?
She says, no, I didn't see them, but I saw them standing outside.
Are they out there right now?
No, they're not. They're not. I woke up from a dream. I had a dream about men kidnapping me.
No, I'm not a psychiatric nurse. I don't know how to handle a situation like this. Well, if they're not out there right now and you don't know that they're actually inside your room, just I can make you some new keys to your room. If there's anything that happens, you know that you can. And if there's anything, and if you feel like there's anybody out there waiting for you, just know that I can be more than happy to call the police for you. Takes the keys, goes back to her room. Ooh, there's just a little itty bitty roach left of this. Hope this is enough to get me through this story, because Lord knows I need it. So she goes back to her room, and I'm just continuing my work, and of course this bitch gives me another phone call.
Yes, they're out there again. They're standing right at my window. They're standing right there.
I'm looking over to the screen. Ma'am, I don't see anything in the cameras. There are no men standing out there.
What do you mean? They're right there.
Ma'am, I'm looking right at the camera that points to your room from 2 different angles. There are no men standing out there.
Please, please, I just need another room. Please, just give me another room.
All right, ma'am, come up to the front desk and I can get you some keys. Who were these men that she was seeing? Where did she get her weed or meth from? Because I will tell everybody in town not to buy from him. So during the time that I was waiting for this woman, there was this other young lady that walks in. She looked like she was about 19 or so. She's coming in, she's trying to get a room, and she doesn't have any money. You know, she's trying to say she's like, well, she can pay in the morning or do some other shit. And, you know, I had to say, no, I can't. But, and I thought that, you know, that would just be the end of that conversation. But, of course, then this woman shows up. I'm giving her new keys to a new room. And the girl looks up at her and says, hey, could I come stay with you for a little while? This random woman, she just asked a random woman if she could stay in her room. And of course this bitch is like, oh sure. I mean, I actually got a new room, and these are the keys to the old one. Yes, I'm standing up saying, no ma'am, I can't have you do that. I can't have anybody staying in one of the down rooms.
Come on, there ain't gonna be nobody in that room but her.
The girl is like, oh, could you come drive me somewhere, please? Like, she's like, sure, just come with me. It's like, is it okay if she comes with me? I said, you know, I don't mind if you have one other person in your room. That's no problem. But, you know, she can't be in one of the down rooms. That I can't have. She gives me the keys back to the room, and both of them leave. So she leaves the keys, and the 2 of them leave. Just a couple minutes later, that woman comes back. She's missing her flip-flop. I don't know what the fuck happened to her flip-flop. So she was just walking around barefoot on one foot at the Moonlight Inn, where you could step on a needle or some shit. She comes up and she says she's about to drive off to another town and just leave her there. Goes over and she makes coffee each and every single time that she came up here. And guys, she fucked up my coffee stand. When I walked up to clean that bitch, she soaked like this one part with coffee and spilled it all over the place, and just cups and sugar just scattered all over the counter. Like, this bitch fucked up my whole coffee stand. So I had to clean that shit out. Take this girl somewhere else, likely still with just one sandal on. And that was the last we've seen of her, because that woman is never coming back to the property again. We put her on the do not rent list because she's fucking crazy as shit. So you guys let me know what you guys think down in the comments down below. Hit like and of course subscribe to Stoner Scribe. Happy Halloween. I love you all. I'll be back soon. Bye-bye.